All right. Okay, so tonight I'm going to go over what is a qualified leg, why that is so important, how to get your teams to be a qualified leg, and just an overview of a chart. So really, I'm going to give you the glossary terms from the compensation plan on what a qualified leg is. A qualified leg is one with at least 400 total group bonus volume coming from anywhere in the depth of that leg. The top distributor of that leg does not have to be commission qualified for it to be considered a qualified leg. Now, I don't care who you are, if you're a brand new distributor, if you've been in for months, what chart you are looking at a chart. Even if you don't have any distributors under you whatsoever, you are looking at a chart. So this is an executive chart. So if you're brand new, you don't have any distributors, get 2 distributors and you're already charting for executive. So why is being a qualified leg so important? And why we teach that is because in order for you to promote, you need to have 2 qualified legs for executive. And so that means that these 2 people need 400 in group volume. Now, of course, with every single chart, like this is the Ruby chart, everybody's going to need to be commission qualified or at least a qualified leg. So this is why we teach qualified legs and why that is so important. So I know you might be thinking, well, why do I need to be a qualified leg for my upline? Well, not only are you going to help her promote, but you become an essential part of her or his business. So once you become a qualified leg, you are an essential part of their business. That means you are helping them to promote. That means that you know how to become a qualified leg. And that way you can teach your team to become qualified legs too, because whenever you're ready to promote, you're going to need qualified legs. So it all comes down to a big circle, because I guess like the circle of life. So you need this, you need to help your upline with this, but then whenever you're ready to promote, your team's going to need to help you with this as well. So it's very important that you teach that to your teams and make sure that they know how to get to 400 and why 400 is so important. Now, steps to success. Is step 1, you run an 80 BB auto ship or you reach 150 in personal bonus volume. If you are running an 80 BB auto ship, you can already subtract that volume from 400. So say you run 80. So that means that you have 320 volume left to fill to reach 400. Now, if you are completing step 2 in your steps to success, that is 4 loyal customers. So depending on what you get as far as customers, say you get 423 Fat Fighter customers. That still means you still have a lot of customers to get to 400. So say you got those 4 at 23. That is only 92 in volume. So you already placed an 80 BB auto ship. And that left you at 320. Now you got 4 customers that, you know, bought Fat Fighters each. That still leaves you needing 228 to become a qualified leg. So now if you are completing step 3 in your steps to success, you're getting 3 distributors and they are getting customers, and if they are placing their 80 BB auto ships as well, that all helps you to reach 400. Have I lost anybody yet? Let me unmute you guys. Okay, everybody got it so far?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, let me mute you guys back. Okay, so this is why it's so important. So Now, if you're looking at a Ruby chart, but you still haven't even promoted to executive yet, this person that has these 2 distributors, you're going to count all of their volume to be 400 GV plus in order for you to promote. And then this person still needs 400 GV. And let's say that they have 1 distributor under them. So combine those 2 distributors. These are legs. 1, 2, 3. Like everybody that's on in a different box, they are in a different leg. So you can't get this person and put them in this. If you can't get this person and count it with this person's volume. They are 2 separate legs that count. And another way you can tell how much volume each leg has is by looking at your volume total by leg report in eSuite. That will tell you how much each person has. It doesn't tell you how much they are projected to have at the end of the month. Say like right now is the 4th of the month and they still have all these auto ships to process. It's not going to tell you what they're going to have on the 30th of the month or the 31st. It's going to tell you what they have real time. So you can be checking that daily. Now, in order for you to promote, you need to be commission qualified. So once again, how does that happen? You run an 80 BV auto ship or you reach 150. Now, this is the pros and cons of reaching 150. And so last month, 2 people in my downline were going for promotions and they missed it because they had an order returned, or they had a loyal customer cancel from their 3 months or complete their 3 months. So on month 4, they turn off their auto ship. So if you see that you are not going to hit 150, at least by the 20th, I suggest you run an auto ship, because running an auto ship guarantees you're going to get paid whether your loyal customers return their products or not. It's as simple as that. I've ran an auto ship the entire 2.5 years that I've been doing this. Yes, I was struggling to do that every single month, but you know what I did? I bought wraps every single month. I sold those for wrap cash, kept the money, and ran my auto ship with that money the next month. That's how simple this business is, and that's how simple we need to be teaching it to our teams. We shouldn't be creating another wheel. We shouldn't be making it difficult. This business is not difficult. It's only as hard as we make it to be. So if you can, reach 150 by the 20th of the month, and you know that all these people are going to get their orders, they're not going to return them, and things like that, then you know that you can count on them to be at 150 on the 31st or the 30th of the month, and you're going to be saved for your paycheck. That's all great. But if not, if you have 1 inch of a doubt, then I suggest you run an auto ship. Once again, running an auto ship also helps you to get closer to being at 400, to being a qualified leg. So a faster way for you to get your teams to 400 is by, 1, of course, getting them their auto ship set up. Depending on what they order 2 boxes of wraps, then bam, they're at 292, and then you just need to get the rest of that. The second way is by having them get loyal customers with high-priced or high-volume orders. So the system is 110 BV. The triple threat is 92 BV. The skinny pack is 80 BV. All those are high-volume orders that will help you get that faster. So they ran their 80 BV auto ship, that's 80. Then they got 4 system orders. They're already way over 400. So then you can go on to the next person to help them get to 400 so that you can promote. And the way that I teach promoting and charts is you knock out one person at a time. You get, you know, if one person needs like maybe 45 BV, knock that person out with a wrap order, then go to the next person that needs 150. And then the next person that needs 400. Don't start with somebody needing 400. Then you have to go back and, you know, you missed an order that could have been placed, you know, sooner. And then you missed out on promoting that way. Another way is you start off on your top line first and then work your way down. Why I say that is because you are working on your top line, and then the people in your leadership boxes should be working on their top line. So say, okay, this is your Ruby chart. These are all the people on your top line. This executive box should be working on the people on her top line or his top line. So they should be covering these boxes, and you should be helping to cover these boxes. Does that make sense? Shake your head. I'm not going to unmute that. Okay, we're good to go. All right, so that's the easiest way to help knock out everyone and to also maximize your paychecks that way too. Because if you're doing it that way, you're not going to place a high volume order on a leg and very low that you're not going to get paid on. I'm just going to quickly go over some things on the compensation plan real quick. So as a distributor, you are only getting paid on your first 2 levels. That is your personal customers and your personally enrolled top line. Then your top line customers and their top line distributors. That's your only level 1 and 2. Then as an executive, you're going to add level 3. Then as a Ruby, you're going to get paid on levels 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. As an Emerald, you unlock all levels of pay. So then, of course, once you get to Diamond, then you unlock a different bonus all in itself. It doesn't unlock levels of pay, it unlocks entire different bonus. So this is why it's important to rank up especially if you are placing or moving orders way down low. Did I mute myself? No, I didn't mute myself. 1 second. Let me see. Can everybody hear me? Hold on, I'm going to unmute you guys. Okay, can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I think Rachel left so she can come back. Okay. I think she's going to try it again. All right. So it's always important to rank up, because if you're placing orders way down low, you're not going to get paid on them. So like I said, always work on your top levels first, then work on your second level, and then depending on, if you're further down in your rank, then go ahead and place lower. Of course, if you're going for Emerald and Diamond, you're gonna place every which way, because that's the way you're working, especially for those promotions. But it's always good to have your team working with you. So like I said, getting them to understand why it's important to reach 400. Not only is it helping you promote, but once they are ready to promote, they're going to want their teams to reach 400 as well. And they're not going to want to do it alone either. They're not going to want to have a dead leg. Somebody that joined and just didn't do anything. They're not going to want to have that. It's better to actually replace those people than to keep them on your charts, honestly. It's better just to you know, get new, fresh blood than it is to revive the dead. Trust me, I know I've been in this business 2.5 years, and my diamond chart, the reason why it took me 14 months to get to diamond was because I rebuilt my diamond chart 7 or 8 times. The month that I thought I was going to promote, I was having to do it all by myself. So I went ahead and just, said, I just need new people. And that's what I did. I rebuild my charts, and then I promoted 3 months later. So even if it takes you longer in this business, it's still definitely worth it. Don't give up just because of the amount of time it's going to take. The time is going to pass by anyway. That's my thing. Let me see. One more thing that I was going to go over real quick. Okay. Another thing too, if anybody places an additional order, that helps your volume too to get to 400. So say you have all these customers that, have already completed their 3 months. Still follow up with them, because you never know when they are going to want something else, or when we have a new promotion that they're going to want to try something else, or like a new product. Like when we got the energy drinks out, we messaged everybody, and then some actually ordered extra. Or when we have BOGOs, some people that haven't ordered for years end up ordering. So you never want to just like not contact the people that have already completed their 3 months. Still keep in contact with them, because even though they place an additional order, that still helps you to get your teams to 400. Also, if they use perk points, they're still earning perk points. I know the referral program went away, but the perk points did not go away. So every time they place an order, they're still earning that 10% on each dollar that they order. So if they decide to use their perk points, say they ordered a box, say they order a box of wraps and they have 20 perk points, that's still 24 BV that is going to count towards your distributor getting to 400, or you getting to 400. So all of that still helps you guys. So keep in contact with your current loyal customers, your distributors, anytime that they place an order, whether they haven't ordered in forever or not. Get them to use their perk points anytime that they can. They want to try a new product. It's always better to have them try something new rather than having them try something that they've already tried that they didn't like or that didn't work for them. So get them to try new things, especially, if they're going to use their perk points. It's a huge discount sometimes, just depending on how many they have. And then, of course, if they use their perk points and it's just the right amount the same amount as their BV, you won't get any volume from it, but maybe they might order next month. So you never know. They might just love that product and can start ordering that again. Rachel's keeps having issues with her connection. It's all recorded, so if you guys have any issues, you can watch it later. But I'm going to go ahead and unmute you guys and then ask any questions you have regarding becoming qualified legs, how to get your team there, things like that. I'm not going to go over anything else but those things. Okay.
Maddie, you want to ask them? Can you see Maddie?
Any other questions so far? I mean, I kind of went over it fast, but you get the gist of it. So, like I said, all of this is recorded, and so if you miss something, you can always go back. Okay, one thing I am going to talk about, I'm going to mute you guys again. Okay, so one thing I am going to talk about is when you're looking at charts. So like I said, I don't care if you're new or not, no matter who you are in this business, you are looking at a chart, even if you don't have distributors. So as a Ruby, or looking at a Ruby chart, the people in your leadership boxes, they do not need to be like a qualified leg. They just need to be commission qualified. So they need to either get 150 or run an auto ship. Now everybody else needs to be at 400 GB. They need to be a qualified leg in order for you to promote. And if you have everybody at 400, but your leader in these leadership boxes, if they're not commission qualified, you don't promote. So it's always important to make sure that the leaders that you are running with are commission qualified every single month. And make sure that, I usually say to make sure that they have their commission qualified by the 20th of the month. It's just easier to know by then rather than know on the 25th or the last 3 days of the month, and you have to scramble to get them to 150 or to find them $80 to run an 80 BB auto ship. So like I said, it's just always easier to know who you are running with, and don't revive the dead. If you have a 400 box that has been sitting there needing 400 forever, I would just say to find a new distributor and replace that person. If they have some volume to work with, say they have some customers that are still ordering and they still only need maybe like 250 in volume, place a distributor under that person, because either way, them completing their steps to success is still going to help that person get to 400 in GV. And you never know, that person might be your next rock star under that person. And, it might, that might revive them to come back and, work their business. So you never know. It's just, it just happens that way sometimes. I've seen rock stars being built under other people all the time. It always happens. You never know who you're going to work with. So I'm going to go ahead and take care of my son back there. He was ready to get in the shower. So if you guys have any questions, like I said, you can always message me, and I will answer your questions for you. And this is going to be recorded, so you can always go back and see what you missed. You guys have a good night.
Good night.
Mhm.